Brought to you by The Vault.
Hi, I'm Shy.
And I'm Kathy, and this is our Girlfriends Talk Show where each week we have fun and we spill the tea.
Or the wine. Be sure to find us wherever you listen to your podcast and follow us on social media. All right, on today's show, the title is, Do You Think You're Sexy?
No, it's Do You Think We're Sexy?
Do you think we're sexy? But we gotta ask them if they think they're sexy too.
Well, I mean, initially though, the question is, the title is, do you think we're sexy? No, really. Do you?
I think I'm sexy.
That's good. I didn't question that.
All right, so before
Which is good, because we like confidence around here.
We do. Confidence is plentiful. So before we get into that, let's talk about where we are, because you pointed out in our first podcast, we didn't even talk about where we were.
No,
I mean, it looks cool.
It's very cool. So if you guys didn't pick up the context clues from last time, we are literally in an old bank vault.
A big one.
A big bank vault.
And there's a lot of history here.
Yeah.
But no money, no rings, no...
Yeah, there's no money, unfortunately.
Fingers.
But
I saw that in a gangster movie. They put fingers in... Anyway, there's none of that in here. Everything's empty. But it's really cool, and you can actually see the door behind us, which is the coolest part.
Yeah, so it's a 20-ton vault door. You heard me right. 20 tons, okay? It was moved from its original location, which it was installed in 1898. Original location was on 2nd Street, which is a couple of blocks north of us right now. In 1953 is when they moved it. And it had to be moved, this vault door had to be moved before the bank building was complete, which, by the way, there are 750 tons of concrete that are on top of us right now.
That is crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of suffocating.
Don't start talking about it. It took 36 hours of 36 hours of continuous work, and the door was ready to be moved. So it literally took a group of men 36 hours, 3 entire days, to get this vault door ready to move to where it is now. They constructed a special pier, took a special crew, and they spent several days anchoring this door that's behind us in place.
I didn't know any of this. But this is what she does best. She researches everything.
It was so fun. But, the vault, a bank vault, or if you have a safe at home, is where you keep everything that's precious to you. So here in our vault, at The Vault, where Shy and Kathy and our Girlfriends Talk Show is shot, we're keeping the most precious people, places, and things, and sharing them with you guys.
Mm-hmm. So some things that, that shouldn't be shared.
That's right.
We share. That's the best part.
But secrets are kept in the vault.
I will say this door kind of gives me a little bit of anxiety.
If
it closes, does anybody here have the combination?
Do you know what's good for anxiety? Wine.
Would you like some more? Because I'm dying
Actually,
right now.
yes.
If this door closes, CD, our producer who's behind the camera, does anybody here have they do. Okay.
We also have a key.
Because, we would be stuck in here for life.
We have a key, and we have a ball of keys. So surely one of these keys works, right?
Hopefully. Probably not. But, there are actually keys everywhere in this room. Behind us, you'll actually see some where we're setting our wine, which this will be bottle number 3.
Yeah.
We're setting behind us after each episode. The first bottle came from a practice run, so we're really on episode 2. But, those boxes behind us are actually the safety deposit boxes, and these were the keys to them. Yeah. So it's a really cool concept, and we're happy to be here. I'm so happy we have access.
So happy to be here. So our show today is about what we think is sexy in 2019, right? Mm-hmm. And our first segment's going to be, we think this is smart, and guess what? Smart is sexy.
And we actually came up with this. Well, Kathy read about this, but it all made sense and tied into what happened last month when Kathy moved in with me for a month.
Yeah, so there's this thing, you guys, now that is called the Golden Girls movement. So Golden Girls was a sitcom in the 80s and 90s. It's about 4 women that at the time were past their prime, and they all decided to move in together because for different reasons. They were widowers or whatever.
And that was the greatest show simply because they all had so much fun and they all brought something different to the table.
Absolutely.
Which is why I think this movement is a really good idea for you and I to move on.
Today, women who have raised their kids and are tired of raising their semi-adult husbands are like, hey, dude, I'll see you later. I'm going to go move in with my friends.
Like you did last month.
Like I did last month.
Until he had to trick her to come home.
He really tricked me
He did.
to come home.
He did. So she was with me because her bathrooms were getting renovated, and he said that it was all done and finished and ready for her to come back home. When she got there, it was not all done and ready, but she ended up staying anyway. I begged her to come back. But anyway, I think this Golden Girls movement is a great idea. We worked out great together.
Yeah, so
everything was perfect. There were no arguments. There
was a little bit. Okay, so they're Shy and her fiance, and then Shy's 14-year-old son and I were staying on one side of the house, and she and her fiance were, on their side of the house. Well, initially there was a little tension, maybe, with your fiance.
Well, that's because you wanted to sleep with us.
Yeah, well,
just very innocent. But me and Kathy, when we're together and do sleepovers, we sleep together.
Yeah.
And since my fiance is a girl too, we thought it was all okay, right? Well, she did.
No.
So she would come in and sleep with us. It just got weird. But anyway, I think
and
this
then we
Golden
did
Girl
like
movement,
a fingernail painting party that she thought she didn't understand, and there were just some other things. Anyway, we worked through it.
Itself out.
You know why?
Because Scott, my 14-year-old, had 3 moms, and he loved it. You're mom number 3.
Yeah, I am. Anyway, the Golden Girl thing, I think you should check into it.
Actually.
It's, like I said last week, it's my plan B for sure. But after the 3.5 weeks, almost 4, short of 2 days, I was like, I could do this. I could see this.
Did you tell Nolan about that yet?
No, he doesn't need to know. Nolan is my husband.
So,
anyway.
Do you have friends that you would like to move in with?
Yeah, think about that.
That you could make that work where there's no drama. I mean, we could just think about it. All 3 of us kind of wear the same size. We could all share clothes. We could share everything.
You guys would just have to go ahead and get, if you wanted to share my clothes, you'd have to be feeling super girly that day.
We would. And that probably
That's
wouldn't
okay,
happen. But, I mean, if you could find girlfriends where you could share everything, it all works out great. From shoes to accessories to hair products.
To secrets.
Think about
stories.
The products, like bathroom products that we saved on because there were girls living in the house.
Truth. Anyway, Golden Girls movement. It's a real thing. You guys should check it out.
I think so.
I did, and I approve.
All right, coming back. Whenever we come back, we're going to talk about, how about the 80s and 90s? How about we go back a little flashback?
I'll tell you what. In the 80s and 90s, I was pretty sexy.
I was too. We'll talk about that on the way.
Hey you! Yes, you. Watching or listening to this amazing podcast hosted by 2 of the most dynamic and brilliant women you'll ever meet.
Advertise with us and watch your business grow as big as our heads.
Seriously. Hit us up at vault.news/contact and find out how affordable you can advertise on our show.
All right, so we're back. Now, we're going to talk about something sexy.
Well, it's actually one of my favorite things.
80s.
And 90s.
90s is my favorite.
So what was sexy in the 80s and the 90s other
Hair.
than me?
Hair and shoulder pads and the music.
Yeah.
It was just a whole nother
A whole
thing.
lot of like
Somehow
fluorescence.
or another, we all managed to like get together, find out where our friends were, know where everybody's at without cell phones.
Imagine that.
We managed to go on road trips without GPS on our phones.
The old Rand McNally Road
Which
Atlas.
I still have one.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
I'm totally
That's
old
vintage.
school. I found myself, I'll tell this little quick story. I found myself one time looking at it, the Rand McNally. I told my oldest son, who's in his 20s, I was like, we're not using our phone. We're going to use this Rand McNally. We opened it up. We're in California. And next thing you know, we found ourselves like scooting it out like you do on an iPhone on the paper. And I'm like, well, this ain't going to work.
We just need to go back to the phone.
So anyway,
It was the days.
It really was.
But there was some really awkward, weird things that were supposed to be sexy back then too.
Like 1-900 numbers. Now, 1-900 numbers, I know we all kind of know and we associate that with sexy talk.
Yeah, so sexy talk or psychics. Do you remember like the psychic hotline? I wanted to call that so many times, but I knew that my dad would bust me, and I
It
just,
always said, ask your parents' permission before you
I wasn't
call.
going to ask anybody's permission. I just
It's
was
like $2 a minute.
too scared of my dad, so I just didn't do it.
And that's when parents like really looked over the phone bill.
Oh, literally.
Now phone bill's like taken out of your check
You
or
don't even
whatever.
look at it.
But anyway, remember when they had like the stars, like the New Kids on the Block?
This is the kind of phone that you called 1-900 numbers on.
The
1-900.
the little white. What do you call that? A razor?
Mix-a-lot.
I don't even know. What to do.
I'm really
So there were 1-900 numbers that were like specifically for, like Corey Haim, Corey Feldman. Remember that one?
Hey, wait a second. It's Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Oh my gosh.
He's telling me he likes big butts and he can't lie. Oh my gosh, really, Sir Mix-a-Lot?
So is he going to do, he would do birthdays for us, or he would say a birthday. That's what MC Hammer would do when you would call the MC Hammer hotline. You remember that one?
That was a good one. And also,
he would leave a message for your voice, for your answering machine.
Yeah.
And then voicemail is answering machine.
And he was right there the whole time, getting ready to call you for your birthday. There was also the cartoon He-Man that was a little bit, I'm going to say, homoerotic at the time.
I think so.
There was a He-Man hotline. I can only imagine if Skeletor. Do you know who Skeletor is?
Yes, I do.
Skeletor probably talked on there. Yeah.
How about the Freddy Krueger one? Speaking of bad men,
Oh.
do you remember whenever you could call Freddy Krueger and he would talk to you?
Do you remember when that commercial would play? It was like late at night when you'd be watching like the music videos and stuff that you were not supposed to be watching. Who wants to call Freddy Krueger? I mean, really? Whoever thought that was a good idea?
Well, that takes us to the crying one. Remember that one?
What makes people all over America break down and cry like this? Call 1-900-740-3500 and hear it for yourself. $2 per minute. If you're under 18, ask your parents before you call. 1-900-740-3500.
I just looked it up yesterday.
Well, I don't remember it either, but we looked it up yesterday. And
you can pay $2 a minute, or you could back in the day. You could pay $2 a minute to have someone on the phone make you cry.
What do you think they were saying?
So what would, if I was calling you right now and you were on the other end and I was on the crying 900 number, I'd be like, hello.
You need to
What would you tell me?
Your
to make me
podcast
cry?
really sucks bad. Like, I really don't ever want to listen to you again. And your hair looks really awful. And I think, yes, I would start crying.
No, I was going to ask you, what would you tell me? So you're the operator.
Oh, okay.
No, that one I already knew Okay, so I'm like, hello, it's 1-900 crying. Hi, I'm Kathy.
Kathy, I just wanted to let you know that your husband is cheating on you and has been for like 15 years now. And I also want to tell you that the clothes that you wear are just hideous and you need to go back and shop some more.
Oh my God.
I don't know what you're thinking about wearing those shoes.
Shopping some more?
You
is
really should consider other shoes. And your hair, oh my God. Please cut it off. How'd that? You're not crying yet. You're laughing.
No, I'm crying. I'm really crying on the inside. So why don't we go ahead and switch this now?
Okay, I'm calling the crying
hotline. This is supposed to be.
Hello?
Y'all, this is literally how we used to have to talk on the phone.
There's a cord. You have to give me the cord. Okay. Yeah. Hello.
Hi, crying hotline. How can I help you?
This is Shy. I want to cry today because I haven't cried in a very long time. I feel like I don't have tear ducts anymore.
All right, Shy. Tell me what scares you more than anything else in the world.
Oh no. Oh no.
Shy, tell me what scares you more than anything else in the world.
No.
Hang up. There you go. It's ghosts, y'all. It's ghosts. Ghosts scare more.
Look, I'm already tearing up.
She literally starts to cry.
I can't
immediately.
Somebody told us earlier before we came down into the vault about they were hearing noises. I can't deal.
She can't even joke about it.
All right, so
yeah, so that was really not sexy.
No, but there are some 1-900 numbers that are sexy talk.
Yeah,
right.
So back in the 80s and 90s, we used to practice our 1-900 voice.
because that made everything sexy. So that brings me to, I brought something that I want to read in a sexy voice just to see if it would help. You know what I mean?
Well, I happen to prepare something myself.
Oh, well, look at
So
you.
go right on ahead.
Okay,
Shy,
so these are carrots.
because there are
that I
no
bought.
ghosts down here
Stop it.
in the
I
vault.
can't be sexy thinking
There's
about
no
ghosts.
telling what is behind the walls of
Stop
the vault.
it, for real. You know it. Okay, so I bought carrots, right? Now, on the back is a description of this lovely bag. So,
Carrots are sexy.
oh, they are. I'm going to read it in my sexy
Petite
voice.
carrots are sexy.
Everybody loves petite, right? No.
I do.
Here we go. Carrots. There's something to be said for the patience and tradition.
This is your 1-900 voice?
Yes. From seeds to the sower, from the harvest to your home, you can be certain that only the finest ingredients will become Kroger brand produce.
You're not supposed to touch people with
I
that.
have to touch to be sexy. Our vegetables are fresh and convenient, pre-washed and ready to eat. Enjoy.
Oh.
Did that make this description better?
Yeah.
Does this make you
I'm
want to buy
never
petite
going to
carrots?
look at a petite carrot the same again. Ever.
Oh.
All right. So my sexy thing that should never, ever be sexualized is
Yeah.
from the Disney classic movie from 2015, Frozen.
Oh, no.
Do you want to build a snowman? Kind of sounds creepy. Or ride our bike around the hall. I don't know if I can do it. Sounds
You
sexy.
rub
I am.
me. Just rub me. You could do it.
This is the worst line. I think some company is overdue. I've
This is so not you.
I've started talking to pictures on the walls. How did I ever get pregnant
Just
twice?
stop. You can't.
How
you
did I
can do
ever
it.
get pregnant twice?
I don't know. Because you cannot be sexy. I'm hot right now. All right. Whenever we come back, we'll
I'm gonna
finish.
try and get myself together.
Yeah, get yourself together. We're gonna finish up some of these sexy talks.
How
And
did I ever get pregnant?
I don't know. I've asked that to myself twice. All right, we'll be back in a minute.
We're Shy and Kathy, and right now we're working for free.
And we'd like to get paid. Can you help us?
Advertise with us so we can feed our kids.
No, really. Advertise with us because it's affordable and we can help you while you're helping us.
Contact us at vault.news/contact to find out more.
And we're back. So, you know what? That was such a compelling segment, the last one. Like, what is sexy what was sexy in the 80s and 90s? We felt like we needed to continue it, right?
yeah, because I'm not done.
I got a hangover. I
So-
got like a sexy hangover from the 80s and the 90s.
When trying to remember some of these 1-900 numbers and going through, because you can find everything out on
So
the
they
web.
cost money.
They cost money, obviously,
Yeah.
yes. But when I was looking through all of these 1-900 numbers, I came across some commercials that they have women do to try to be sexy in.
No.
And it's good, for, I don't know, when people that really want to look at that. But then people like us who are kind of critical of it and we're like, okay, example.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the Sketcher commercial? This one was recent. Kim Kardashian was in it. She's all oiled up. She's walking around and she's like touching this guy and she's, what does
Yes,
that
I
have to do
remember
with
that.
shoes?
Nothing but sex sells. I mean, it has for a long
but
time.
have you ever like tried to put oil on you and because I don't get the same effect.
Well, I mean, in the 80s, I did baby oil, and then I went and laid up on the roof.
Well, but have you ever oiled yourself up to like go out or
No.
to go and try to be sexy?
haven't done
Because that was an epic disaster for me. I got oil stains all over my clothes one time.
That was sexy.
Trying to be sexy.
Hey, man.
Yeah. So another one that I
No, that's not sweat. It's oil.
I know,
Is that
that's
better?
bad. There was a flower delivery service commercial that I came across, and anyway, this woman, she's putting on her stockings. You know those stockings, you start from the bottom and they only come up like mid-thigh.
Yeah, they're called thigh highs.
Okay, I don't know what they're called.
They
'cause I don't
only
wear
sell them at the adult
But
stores
she
now.
was pulling them up with her teeth. This is a flower delivery service, right?
What?
She's pulling them up with her teeth, and just the whole commercial is like her getting dressed and throwing her hair back. And I'm
What does
thinking,
that have to? Is that how she got flowers?
I guess.
I bet it is.
But that brings up the question again. I mean, I've put on a set of those one time.
For what?
And okay, honestly, don't ask. Honestly, do you think you look sexy in that? Because I do not look
No.
sexy at all.
No.
I don't know what is sexy about those things.
You know what it looks like? Do you remember Miss Piggy? Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I mean, does anybody wear that anymore?
I mean, there are multiple stores dedicated to selling that stuff, so I'm assuming so.
Anyway, and then another one real quick was a farmer's market ad.
Huh?
The farmer's market ad, the lady was
Ooh.
walking naked through the farmer's market and had like oranges like as her butt and like apples as her boobs.
Oh,
And she was just walking through the farmer's market.
I mean,
Is
that
what
would
we're
probably
used for
sell
these
some
days?
oranges and apples. There are particular.
Come get your cantaloupes here. We've got them big and small.
Yeah.
I mean, they would have to use a watermelon for my cheeks.
You better stop. No, there are a lot of things that were sexy that are still sexy. Not
Mhm.
that though. That's misogynistic. Do you know what that means?
No, please explain.
Ugly.
It
It's just bad.
kind of is. I
Yeah.
agree. So, what's sexy to you now? Like if I were a 1-900 number.
Okay,
Say I'm
so
a
wait,
19
wait 1 second. So I'm calling
You're
you.
calling me.
Mm-hmm.
What
1-900 in 2019, right?
in 2019? What would you want to hear? Like,
Okay, so
what
go
would you
ahead
pay $2 a minute to hear?
1-900.
Tell me.
Tell me. Tell me.
What would you? So, what would you expect on the
Okay,
other
so
side?
you're gonna answer.
Okay. Hello. This is tell you what you want to hear.
It's what I hear every day.
What is your name?
Hi, I'm Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. What would you like for me to tell you?
I'd like for you to tell me that my husband has cleaned the bathroom,
Okay.
that he's also going to give me a massage with no
Uh-huh.
happy ending.
Okay. Okay. And
And he is buying me a new car.
oh boy, I'll refund your money shortly.
No, but that would be sexy. Like that would be a
That's
sexy
your-
900 call
Okay.
in 2019 for me.
All right. Well,
And yourself?
Why?
Why does it all have to do with my husband though?
I
Here
don't
you go.
know. There should be.
That's weird.
Ring, ring, ring.
Hi, 1-900 tell me. Who am I talking to?
This is Shy.
Hi, Shy.
Hi.
What can I help you with today?
I
What would you like to hear?
I would like to hear that I look good, you feel good, and you're making.
You look good, you feel good, and doggone it, people like you, Shy.
That's all I need to hear. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Really? That's your expectation?
Yes. That always makes me feel good. Words of affirmation's my love language.
She is.
All right.
We'll talk about that later on.
Let's get to the Urban Dictionary word
Yeah.
of the day.
So-
I know you have one.
I do. I had one, and then I decided to change it
Oh,
because we decided to talk about things that were sexy.
Mhm.
So the Urban Dictionary is incredibly sexy. If you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out.
Mhm.
It's sexy in kind of a guttural way.
Mhm.
You can really find things that you never wanted to know, but you can also find things that keep you up to date.
Oh, yeah.
It's really important.
I feel very up to date when I read the Urban Dictionary. Mm-hmm.
I'm really thinking though that sometimes some of these words should never be used
More than likely.
in regular conversation.
Well, every word you've ever given me from the Urban Dictionary, I would never use.
Well, this one is appropriate because it's literally about 110 degrees in Louisiana.
Literally.
And down here in the vault where we are, it's about 120,000.
It's 2 degrees.
It's really hot.
2 degrees cooler than outside.
Yeah. So the Urban Dictionary word of the day for the Girlfriends Talk Show, episode 2, is hydro homies. Do you know what a hydro homie is?
No.
Hey, me and you are hydro homies. So a hydro homie is homies who stay hydrated.
What? That's.
So
Are you serious? That's not even cool.
That's what a hydro homie is. Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
All right.
I'm going to use it in a sentence. So somebody says Coke or Pepsi, and the other person says, water please, we're hydro homies.
Oh my god.
hot.
That is not even cool.
It's
That's
hot.
not cool. How about I give an old school.
It's just hot.
It is hot.
I want to, would
Speaking
you
of-
hit me up, hydro homie?
Yeah, speaking of hot, how about I give an old school country word
Oh, no.
from way back in the day? Something that our parents would always say.
So mine is Urban Dictionary word of the day, and yours is
You know
something
I'm going old school.
your papa would say.
Yeah. He would say something like, if I were to come in with some awesome Daisy Dukes on, because those were hot in the 90s.
They were hot in the 90s.
And maybe a shirt showing my
Thank you.
midriff. He would say, "Shy baby," that's what he called me. "You're looking like a floozy today." A floozy?
She meant to.
Do we use the word floozy anymore? I mean, let's start using that, Kathy. When we go sit at our secret clandestine location and drink wine,
can we
and
be
see
like,
those walk around, we'll say, "You're such a floozy."
we're hydro homies. That's better.
So there you go, your words of the day. All right, when we come back, we're going to wrap up this episode, so stick with us. Hey you, yes you, watching or listening to this amazing podcast hosted by two of the most dynamic and brilliant women you'll ever meet.
Advertise with us and watch your business grow as big as our heads.
Seriously, hit us up at vault.news/contact and find out how affordable you can advertise on our show.
And we're back.
We're back with some more words. So we left you with...
So what kind of words, though? Because, I mean, this whole show is kind of centered around sexiness.
Mm-hmm. So we talked about...
Or anti-sexiness.
Floosy.
Floozy.
Floozy. How about hussy? How many people say hussy?
How many times have you been called a hussy?
I remember my grandma one day, she was talking about some woman. My grandma, my grandpa, and me went to the casino. There was this woman, my grandpa liked to dance. We danced. This woman grabbed my grandpa and wanted to dance with him. My grandma was like, "Well, that's just a hussy." I'm like, "What is a hussy?" Oh,
You knew what it was.
Yeah, I did. Just by the way she said it, I knew exactly what it was. But there were some others that, off the sexy subject, there were some others that she would say and that I've heard recently. Have you ever heard of fiddle farting around?
Well, I mean, I know what it means.
I do too, but I mean, where would they, okay, so you're not really doing, what?
Well, you're not doing anything.
You're not being productive. So
Right.
you're fiddle farting around. Now,
well, I mean,
whoever came up with fiddle farting?
Well, I mean, we know what a fiddle is. It's like a violin, but you
Right.
play it differently. And we know what the F word is. I can't say that word because
Fart.
I wasn't allowed to say that when I was young.
Oh my gosh.
I
you had
still
the
don't
right
say
lines.
it. I don't say it now.
So who would put those two together and say, "Quit fiddle farting around"?
I guess those two things. If you were fiddling, you weren't working, and if you were
Farting,
then you
which is not
had eaten
sexy.
too much.
Which is not sexy, by the way.
No, it's not. And you know what? You need to respect your
Absolutely.
Fiance.
Quit fiddle farting around.
You just need to stop farting around.
So, I do that.
You're welcome, April.
I do that a lot.
So horrible. So while we lived together, wrapping around back to the first segment, while we lived together during our Golden Girls time, you did respect me, and I appreciate that because
You're
that
welcome.
does not happen in my house.
Well, it's my house, and I feel free there.
But I'm glad that you didn't do it while I was there.
You're welcome. I didn't fiddle fart around.
No.
So let's get to we've been to the meat of the conversation. Let's wrap it up like we used to in research papers and give the conclusion.
With the vegetables? You said meat.
The meat. Yes, let's get to the vegetables, the conclusion of the story. So, girlfriend tip of the day.
Yeah, so that's something that we're going to kind of work on for, from now until forever for you guys. So the girlfriend tip of the day. We really don't have a tip. We have a question. And so our question is, how are you going to stay sexy now?
Well, I can answer those. I can help you.
We can? You can help me?
Yes. Because I wrote down a few. Because I'm thinking to myself, okay, how am I going to stay sexy, right? So, sexy is as sexy does, basically.
Well, I think smart is sexy. That's
Smart
what I
is
think
very
is sexy.
Yes, that's what's sexy about you, Kathy.
Nothing else? Not my butt?
Meh, it'll do. No, it's good. Make more eye contact. You know how eye contact is really sexy? Like when you're talking to somebody. Do you remember that year stage that I went through where everybody was like I obviously put off like sex pheromones?
Oh my God.
Like it was
Do
crazy.
I ever remember? Like literally, I was like, what are you doing?
And I didn't know. And
You
I
know
didn't
what
know
I-
anything
you
was
know what I
happening
told
until
her?
she brought it to my attention.
So I said, are rainbows shooting out of your vag right now? Because there's something going on. Like, it's just
She literally said that one morning.
not right.
She's like, I need to know something. And I'm like, what? But people would come up to her and say things, and then they'd come
Well, I
up
mean,
to me.
you're a
They're hitting me
beautiful
up
woman.
Well, yeah, but this happened more
was
in that
weird.
particular year than any other time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we get it.
Honestly, I think
like
you were.
most
I
women.
think like your ovaries were like putting out some kind of signal.
Something. There was like a freaking bat signal out.
Yeah, it was bad
But anyway,
and good. I'm sure for you.
I think that I probably practiced more eye contact when I talked to people, and that just like
Ah.
totally reeled them in. You've ever watched Aladdin when Jafar is like doing that snake thing with his little? Yeah, I think that's what I was doing.
You were roping him in like Jafar.
Now here's another one. Find your smell.
Huh?
You know when you're wearing a good perfume and it smells really good on you?
Your signature scent.
Even with a guy, when he's wearing a great cologne, it's like
Yeah.
you just follow it.
Yeah, that's
Scent
that's
is
a
the
big deal.
closest thing to memory.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a big deal. Stay sexy with good smell. How about find your style?
Yeah, that's a really big deal.
That is a really big deal. It's a really big deal, and I have to keep telling myself that because people don't have bad bodies. They just have ill-fitted clothes.
Yeah, well, they have no sense of style. They don't know who they are.
Right. You got to find out who you are and style it.
Mm-hmm.
I like Crocs. Kathy does not, but guess what? They look sexy on me.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. I just bought some yesterday, by the way, some tennis shoes. And this, so I know those that are just listening to us can't see this, but those that are watching us, you can see this. It came with the shoe, and it is what the sole feels like.
Is this
so
a
when
Croc
you squish
endorsement?
it,
I mean, honestly.
because Crocs is going to come on as an advertiser. But you can squish it, and it feels like you're literally walking on freaking clouds. So find your style. Allow yourself to be imperfect. It's okay to be imperfect.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is perfect. Even though you look at that one girl like Halle Berry who just turned what?
53 and took a picture in a white t-shirt with no bra on, and
She looks
She
freaking
broke-
perfect to me.
she literally broke the gram.
Holy crap. Learn how to cook. That's sexy.
I can cook all day long.
I know.
I do a lot of these things
That's
right.
really sexy about you.
Yeah.
You can
I do
cook.
a lot of these things right.
Another
My
reason
God.
why we're doing the
I just
Golden Girls movement, because she can freaking cook.
don't have a 900 voice.
Yeah, that's what she's lacking. Obviously, if you've watched this.
Mhm.
Work on personality. There's sexiness and humor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Work on that. And speak and walk slowly. You know why? Because that emits confidence.
Yeah, confidence is actually, honestly, if you wanted to go ahead and like wrap all that up together, being confident is being sexy.
All the way.
So own who you are, do what you do, and go for it, girl
Mhm.
and boy
And boy.
or man. Because I know men don't like to be called boys. We learned that.
Yeah,
the
why
hard
did you
way.
do that? We learned it. All right, so hopefully you'll join us for our next podcast because we enjoy talking to you. Hopefully you enjoy listening and watching us.
That's right.
Find us wherever you, if you're watching us, find us where you listen to your podcast because we're hopefully going
That's
to be
right.
everywhere.
Follow
very
us
soon.
on social media.
Mhm.
And check out the vault.news because that's where you're going to go for everything that you need and want to know right here in Central Louisiana and beyond. So until next time,
Stay sexy.
stay girlfriends.